We start with our top story. A teenager hospitalized tonight in serious condition. This happened around 3:30 today on Manzanita Lane, just off Los Robles Road. This is all according to the Ventura County Fire Department. The Ventura County sheriffs say a neighbor called 911 after seeing the teen get attacked. Firefighters and sheriff's deputies used pepper spray and swung axes to stop the dogs and to get to the victim. The 6 Cane Corso dogs belong to the same home the teen lives in, and LA County Animal Control took all 6 dogs from the home.
All right. Welcome back. I thought I would go ahead and do a video on this case, on this story. The media is a little reluctant. You know, when there are consecutive attacks and they're serious, sometimes the media will skip over a few of them because they don't want to go overboard with the attacks. Because after all, these media outlets are pro-dog. The people who work there love dogs, own dogs. So they'll always look out for the best interest of dogs' image. But I'm doing the exact opposite. So there's quite a bit to unpack with this story. Now, where are we at here? KTLA, LA Times covered this story. 16-year-old girl mauled by 6 Cane Corso dogs. Now let's be clear. Someone told me, they say, hey, Cane Corso, those are not bully breeds. They said those are not bully breeds. Guess what? I don't care. More than that, they're bully breeds in my book. Do you know these things are significantly bigger than pit bulls? They're bigger, and it's significant. These dogs are like gigantic. They have a blocky head, a wide jaw. What's going on here? Okay, this is what they look like. Man, this almost look doctored. That's got to be a doctored photo. But these things are huge. Yeah, it might not be doctored. Now, this is not doctored. For you to just have one of these things in your home, you're out of your mind. Now, let me tell you why I don't care that these are not technically bully breeds. See, I don't play by the rules of dog nutters. I'm not going to categorize these things based on their standards. These are large, muscular dogs, blocky-headed, wide jaws. More than that, most importantly, when they attack the same way bully breeds attack. They clamp down, lock their jaws, and I said lock their jaws and shake. It's the same type of attack. In this story, when the police arrived, you got to understand, the neighbors called the police when they saw the teenager being attacked. By the time the police got there, the attack was still underway. That's a trait of the bully breed. They won't stop. And you got 6 of these inside of a home where there's a woman and a girl? Really? Two of dogs' favorite victims. That's one of their favorite targets to attack. Females, children, and the elderly. And you got 6 of these things inside of a home, and you're alone with them, you're out of your mind. Right? We got to establish that part first. You are out of your mind. Now, had I told them this, had I said this to them before this attack, they would try to ridicule me and project me as a lunatic who doesn't know what he's talking about. Oh, I raised these from a puppy. They love us. They wouldn't harm a hair on our head. Okay? All 6 of these dogs joined in the attack. I'm sure this started with one dog. Only one of them launched an attack. What did the other 5 do? Other 5 dogs do? They joined in. They helped the dogs. Now, you nutters, you love to talk about how your dog is harmless. It loves you. Love, 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 love. And it's so loyal. So obviously you would say that the chances of one of these dogs attacking you is quite low. And based on science, mathematics, logic, if it's unlikely that one of them will attack, then it's even less likely that the other 5 will join in and attack you as well. Wouldn't you think if these things were loving that the other 5 would have jumped on that dog that attacked the 6? The attack started with the 16-year-old. You nutters love to project this idea that dogs know what kids are and that they have some instinct to protect kids. Well, one of these things attacked the child, the 16-year-old. At 16, most girls are not even all the way through puberty yet. She was right on the edge of being a prepubescent child. So this mutt knew that and attacked her. If these were loving creatures, wouldn't the other 5 dogs have been outraged? Wouldn't they have gone into a frenzy and mauled that dog that attacked the 16-year-old? See, this proves how savage these soulless mutants really are. And that during the time when your silly behind is not being attacked, you are just lucky. That's not the dog's way of showing love to you. It's simply on top of that, dogs are unusually dumb. They're unusually dumb. Now, believe it or not, people, on my way to work this morning, I almost ran into a stray dog. Almost ran it right over. It's not the first time I seen a stray dog running around. These brain dead mutants, they will leave their only known source of food. The only place that these things get food is from the home, the people inside the home. Why would you wander off and leave that? Do y'all understand? When lions, they will set up shop in an area where prey passes by frequently. Lions try to set up shop very close to high traffic areas of prey. And they stay there. They don't move unless they're pushed out. They stay there because they know that's their food source. How could dogs be so dumb? And they do this all the time. that they will just leave their only known source of food and they will go all the way across town? What's going through their mind at the time? I tell you what, nothing. These things are so dumb that humans should be offended by how dumb they are. And it's offensive for anyone to project these things as even remotely intelligent. Now, why did these things not only attack this child, why are they attacking their only known food provider? This is brainless beyond measure. You can't even wrap your head around anything this dumb. I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, it's an animal, it's an animal. It just so happens all the rest of the animals are a lot smarter than this. And I don't care about no animal, nothing. At a certain point, you shouldn't be so dumb. There's a limit to your stupidity, even as an animal. And to me, that's unacceptable. That's ridiculous. Now, y'all notice that they did not share the names of these victims. No names. Serious condition after she was mauled by 6 large dogs. Now, people, why on earth did the other dogs join in? Look at how quick they will all go from not attacking you to trying to kill you dead. You always want to talk about how something is done to provoke them. Oh, the child must have provoked them. Well, the child, there's no way she provoked all 6 of them. How many times does this have to happen before people take this seriously? This is not a game. There's nothing cute or admirable about trying to treat deadly creatures like this like harmless babies. You know the brainwashing is gone too far when you got a woman and a female child in the home alone with 6 of these things. They lucky they didn't get killed. And they got all cane corsos. Now, why didn't they share the name? Like I said, they do this all the time. And they do it, I believe, sometimes to conceal the identity of the victims so that they could first scrub their social media. Go to Instagram, set it to private, erase this, delete that. I believe many times they want to hide the fact that they are a Nazi level dog nutter. And that I can almost guarantee you their social media was full of nutter photos of them pretending like these things are harmless. If you want something that's harmless, why don't you just get a harmless animal? No. You nutters get off on the danger involved. Oh, if it doesn't attack me, that's such a strong display of love because he could kill me anytime he wants. All 6 of them, they could kill us dead anytime they want. The fact that they don't, it shows that dog nutters, they view that as the most powerful display of love possible. They view that as stronger type of love than human love for other humans. Even if they don't articulate it, this is fact. This is how they behave. They view the dog's love for them, and the dog doesn't even love them. But they imagine that the dog loves them and that they show love in a stronger more overt, more powerful way than any human can show any other human. So they are on cloud 9 of delusion. You're talking about completely sociopaths, psychopaths, 100% out of their mind. And these people are traveling away from their common sense, their natural instinct, at the speed of sound. Neighbor witnessed, and so the fire truck, they showed up blasting their horns. They did everything they could not to kill these things. Really? Really? No dead doggies, huh? Now, how much you want to bet these things have never shown aggression? How much you want to bet? That's the case after virtually every single attack. Every now and then you'll hear about a story where a dog did previously show aggression. But usually they've never shown aggression. And it's even more likely in this case. Now, these dogs, all 6 of them, tried to kill this child and her mother. You dog lovers, you try to project the idea that these are good-hearted, angelic-like beings. And they tried to kill this little girl and her mother. Do you really think those dogs were provoked? Do you really think, are you really going to assume that they abused these dogs? You all say either it was provoked or it was abused when it was a puppy, and that whoever raised them abused them. That if they were not abused, and if they are not provoked, that they will never attack. How is that logical, dog lovers? Is it logical to assume that every single dog that attacked someone was abused or was provoked? No. Especially when you have a little girl and a woman. They are the ones, they are part of this new era of raising dogs with hugs and kisses. By no means do you ever strike the dog. These people are dedicated to that, to using non-violent methods, to never be aggressive with dogs. You know full well, all of you behaviorists, you know full well that many of these dogs, really most of them, they attack despite that they've never been abused and they were not provoked. The fact that the other dogs joined in, that makes the case stronger that there was no provocation. If the girl provoked one dog, it's virtually impossible for her to provoke the others. The others joined in unprovoked. Think about that. Not only did the others join in despite not being provoked, they joined in to attack what dog lovers say is a family member that they're programmed to protect and love. Oh, they make babysitters and protectors of children. You cannot make this stuff up. So this, if it was just one dog, dog lovers could easily say, oh, that must have been provoked. Oh, that child had to have done something. And, if it was one dog, it's easier for them to say, oh, someone must have done something. But when you got 6 of them, that makes it impossible for you to use this narrative that it was provoked, that they were provoked, or that they were abused. So this is a major L for the dog lover world. A major L. How y'all doing on this fabulous Monday? I hope it's starting out well for you all. Shout out to Miles Coaster in the super chat. Said, thank you, IHD, for ending my dog nutter era. Oh, it is my pleasure. It is my pleasure. How y'all doing today? Lala, I see you in the building. Maybe. Serena, Payne. YouTube Shorts. Do y'all know over there in South Africa, they launched a counter petition? How many of y'all heard about that? We hate dogs. Gene in the building. Good to see y'all here. Oh yeah. We Hate Dogs said scientists once hit a pit bull on the head with a frying pan to see how long the echo in its head would last. They stopped counting after 5 minutes. Yeah, they launched a counter petition, and it seems so orchestrated. It seems so orchestrated. The pit bull lobby, the people at the top, they paid some local person to start a counter petition and to speak on behalf of pit bulls. Now, I'm going out on a limb and I'm saying that, but I could be wrong. This might just be a local pit nutter, but you notice how they give him all the attention. Talking about a petition to ban pit bulls that got over 46,000, what was it, 46,000 signatures? And then out of nowhere, some loner starts a counter petition and all these media outlets want to do articles on that loner. No, we're not going to play that game. We're not going to play that game because you see, nutters, sometimes a pervert will be convicted and sent to prison. Some sick lunatic who abused children, sent to prison for life. When that happens, there will be some other pedos out there speaking up on their behalf, trying to defend them. There will be some saying, oh, there's nothing wrong with it. And those types of people do not get a microphone. You don't put a spotlight on people like that. There's always going to be contrary viewpoints. But you have to be grounded in intelligence, morals, humanity. So this is a disgrace for all these media outlets to do a story on this guy who started a counter petition. It allegedly already got like 20,000 signatures. I think it's largely fabricated. Now look at what this nutter said. American pit bull terriers should not be banned in South Africa. Petition was launched in response to another petition calling for the breed to be banned, following a spate of deadly attacks. Pit bull defenders blame backyard breeders for creating hybrids that attack humans. What? Oh yeah. American Pit Bull Terriers. Look at this. Look at the first sentence. What is this? American Pit Bull Terriers make excellent babysitters and toddlers are safe around the dog breed, according to pet owners and their supporters. Excellent babysitters and toddlers are safe around the dog breed. Is that sarcasm? Are you trying to be funny with that? How dare anyone make a statement like that? Excellent babysitters and toddlers are safe around pit bulls. Do you know how many pit bulls have actually mauled babies and toddlers? And do you know that other animals don't maul babies and toddlers? Dogs maul babies and toddlers on a regular basis. It's very consistent. So how dare you make a statement like that, referring to the only creatures on this planet that attack babies and toddlers? You have to be out of your mind. See, this is dangerous. You see, they did not link a name to that statement, because that's enough to have your neighbors pay you a visit in some parts of Africa. It says an owner of 3 pit bulls, Mbasa Nigane, says all of his dogs have pedigree certificates showing that the dogs came from a pedigree that has no history of attacking. Here they go. See, this was orchestrated. People up the top laid out this narrative and these talking points, paid some local to spew them. He's one of 38 people to sign an online petition. Don't ban pit bulls as pets. How would the nerve of some people? Even after all of these attacks that's been going on over there in South Africa, these types of people should not have articles written about them unless it's to ridicule them and shame them. Okay, don't brand blah. Call to action started by Leanne Van Staden. Went live on change.org. Okay. Who is this? I guess that's a what's the name? A South African radio station, I would imagine. I want to see this person. Let me see here. South Africa, huh? What do you look like? Yep, this is her. This is her. Okay. We see you. Went live, okay, to take up for pit bulls. Now, this is a quote. Pit bulls are not the problem. It is the people who own them, she wrote in the petition. No, the dogs are the problem. The pit bulls are the problem, and so are the people who own them. Yeah, you're right. The people who own them are the problem. But if there was no problem with pit bulls, then there would be nothing wrong with people owning them. Do you understand that? Do you understand that simple logic, nutters? Stop trying to say that there's nothing wrong with pit bulls. I mean, you contradict yourself. By saying that there's something wrong with the owners, you admit that there's something wrong with the pit bulls, because you're basically saying that if the owners are not a certain way, then the pit bulls are lethal. No, the problem are the lethal creatures themselves and the idiots who own them. Y'all need to get your facts straight. You've been getting away for decades with this type of brainless rhetoric where you get up and babble and you say things and you think it just sounds good and people accept it. No, those days are over. It comes after the foundation launched this petition, blah, blah. And again, Van Staten disagreed with the 37 people who signed the petition, according to the thoroughbred American Pit Bulls. Look at this. American Pit Bull Terriers were not behind the massacre of humans, but crossbreeds that look like thoroughbred pit bulls. Listen to that. This local said that. What's his name? Nyan Gain, however you pronounce that. Said thoroughbred American Pit Bull Terriers were not behind the massacre of humans, but crossbreeds that look like pit bulls. How do you know? Did you do a genetic test on the breed's genetics, Mr. Scientist? You had access to the corpse of all these dogs in South Africa that have attacked people. You ran these studies in your laboratory, your mutt laboratory, and you found that out? No. You're just a nutter babbling, lying. Once you keep in mind that these people are pathological liars, you can catch every lie they let out. How did you find this out, nutter? Just babbling, just lying. He claimed they were bred by backyard breeders. I mean, what are you suggesting, that pure pit bulls don't attack people? They attack people just like the mixes. What are you talking about? Goofball? Anybody who signs this counter petition is stupid. You a big dummy. You persuaded by this type of nonsense, you need help. Look at this. Look at this. You can't make this up. Thoroughbred American Pit Bull Terriers with pedigrees will never kill people because they are traditionally known as babysitting dogs that have a strong love for people, especially babies. People. The pit bull nutter lobbyists, the people with power, they paid this man. This is some nuttery coming from die-hard nutters. What a dangerous statement. Again, you don't put a microphone in front of people like this. Just like you don't put a microphone in front of these people who are publicly trying to campaign for pedophilia to be legal. You don't put a microphone in their face. Even serial killers. There's some people out here who are serial killers. You want to put a microphone in front of their face? You want to write an article about what they got to say or what they think? Can you believe that? So a pure pit bull will never kill people. So now let me ask you this, nutter. How did you find out that no pure pit bull has ever killed a person in the history of pit bulls? How did you find that out? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I want to know that, nutter. Because in order for you to make this statement, you would have to have known every pit bull that has ever attacked anybody in history. Y'all follow me? You got to stay on these nutters' necks because they're, like I said, they're like kids. Doesn't it sound like something that's so dumb and brainless that a kid would just blurt out? Somebody with real simple thinking who want to come up with a lie. You know how simple-minded people, they want to lie, so they come up with something that just sounds ridiculous. That's what this is. That's scary. That's a scary level of stupidity right there. Or that's really an attempt at putting out propaganda. But wow, anybody who swallows this, well, you're brain damaged. You are brain damaged. Even presidents in the White House had the dogs with children, and they could leave the dogs with children. The dogs are very protective of people. And this man has a young daughter. What a filthy... I got a video to show y'all about this same dude and his dog. He went on. He said they love people so much that if you take care of them, they show you more of what you expect of them. These dogs are very intelligent, very loving. They would go the extra mile for you as the owner, the human. Listen to that. How ridiculous is this? Just at this sound like a lunatic. Ain't nothing intelligent about these things, and they don't love. Said the dogs, look at this. The dogs were never bred to attack humans. Instead, backstreet breeders began crossing the dog with other breeds for shows and illegal dog fight. Suddenly, when these things attack, suddenly all the pit bulls everywhere that have ever attacked anyone were bred in the backyard and abused. They love to fall. And at the same time, they say that any dog can be rehabilitated. Oh, whatever they go through, all you have to do is show them love. How does that work? So you know you're dealing with a liar when they change their story up, depending on the situation. Oh, it attacked. Oh, it must have been abused. You must have provoked it. Look at this. Look at this. Some of them are pit farmers. You can see that it is a combination of a pit bull and a boer bull, whatever that is. I think it's a type of dog. They look like pits, but they're not. These are babysitting dogs. What? As we all know, people, dogs view babies as prey. Said they're babysitting dogs. He's talking about pit bulls. Boy, this individual needs to be dealt with. People might have left them at home with the kids to go shopping, and these dogs would take care of the kids because they love the kids. Wow. Wow. The nerve. This person needs to be dealt with. I'm not going to say how or what needs to be done to them, but this person needs to be dealt with. This is reckless talking right here. What in the world? What journalist actually wrote this nonsense? Wow. Let me show y'all something here. See this? Look at this. Look at this. Now this is uploaded to Twitter. And if I'm not mistaken, this is this same guy and his pit bull over there in South Africa. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Look at this. That's South Africa. So this is loving. I guess this is loving, right? He's saying that the pit bull is just playing, so don't run. Look at how easily they leap over these fences. What an idiot. See, in my opinion, now this is the owner. This is the owner right here. In my opinion, this dude needs to be removed from the public. Anybody willing to endanger the general public like this, you should be removed. You should be imprisoned. And this is the type of person that would drive someone who has good sense crazy enough to take them off this earth. They'd be laughing at something like this, but a person who takes a near-death experience seriously might walk up and do something to you and that dog. What are they talking about? These things are loving. How? Now let me see. I thought that guy's name was in here. Because when you search his name, this article pops up. This article pops up. Where is it? Who's this? Monse, the people of Monse City, cry, laugh, feel, la. Let's start doing. Oh, okay, so this is it. Yeah, his name is down here. That's why his name showed up on the search. Wow, so this is the counter petition. Let's check it out. Because it was made recently. Let's see how many signatures it has. Okay, it just went to another article. Find the recommendation. Okay, where is it? Okay, where is it? Oh, Lord. They just go into more articles. Okay, it must not be worth seeing. I'll find it later. So, you can see, even over there in South Africa, after the general public generated some 46,000 plus signatures in a very short period of time, you see how fast this counter petition came out. And you see how many articles was written about it. Did I show that? All right, let me go back to that. Yeah, if you Google the pit bulls aren't the problem, counter petition. If I'm not mistaken, there are multiple articles. Look at this. Can y'all see that? Here's one. Here's another one. No, that's not. This is actually the petition. Okay, here's another one. Counter petition launched. Surfaced October 22nd. Look at how many different ones came out on the same day. Here's another one. And these are all talking about this counter petition in South Africa. Here's another one. These are all different media outlets. So that's not coincidence. These things have a lot of money behind them. A lot of money behind them. So wait a minute. Oh, okay, no, this is a different one. Yeah, this is a different one. Wow. Man, oh man. So I'm going to stay on top of this case. I want to know their names. I want to see their social media. I want to know how long they've had these things, because it really doesn't matter. Even if they came from a shelter, they are supposedly do their temperament tests, which they project as so reliable, because they're always bragging about how well pit bulls do on temperament tests. Okay, so even if they're shelter dogs, that's a problem. But I have a feeling that they were raised by these women, by this woman and her child. You don't just go out and adopt 6 cane corsos from a shelter. You don't do that. This sounds like it was most likely a breeder who sold these things to them, probably at a time when they were all puppies at the same time. They like to brag. They like to say, oh, if you buy dogs from a breeder, they're less violent or whatever. No. Right? I want to know if they've ever shown aggression in the past. And that also really doesn't matter. But I'm willing to bet they've never shown aggression, that they've had them for a very long time. And they did what dogs do on a regular basis. And you got to really keep in mind, while this may not be a pit bull, they attack just like pit bulls. Their style of attack is just like all the other bully breeds. And it's that attacking style, that frenzied, tenacious killer behavior. That's the real problem. So I put them all in the same category. Okay, whoa. Now, I hope they don't have, do they have a video of this? Okay, good. No, they don't. They came, look at this. They came and were waving tools and blasting sirens. Waving their tools and blasting sirens. Why not just blast the dogs? Now, listen, this is a very dangerous situation these people have put us in. Here recently, another child was shot after someone was trying to shoot a pit bull. This happens all the time, which is why I don't want to have to use my gun. Now, cops shoot dogs all the time and they don't shoot other people. But people get shot far too often. It just don't sit well with me. But it's all because our laws and these nutters create this type of environment where we need something that works immediately. I was reading this. Let me see if I can find this. I was reading this article earlier. Where they were talking about cane corsos. Look at this. They can weigh more than 100 pounds. These are giant mutants. You got 6 of them inside of a home? What? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? Under no circumstance is that a smart thing to do. That's not a smart thing to do. But on this website, they were saying that, well, their jaws don't lock. Right? Their jaws don't lock. That's a myth. That's a myth. Here it is right here. I think this is it right here. The jaws and bite of a cane corso. Here you go right here. Look at him. No, there are no physical mechanisms in the cane corso's jaw to allow the jaws to lock together in place. Okay? And then in this same article, they say that when a cane corso bites down and locks its jaws, bites down and holds, they said it's nearly impossible to open them. Yeah. In this same article, they said, well, when that happens, here it is right here. It is said that when a dog's jaws lock into place, it is nearly impossible to free whatever is collapsed by the teeth until the dog sees fit to let go. Really? But the dog's jaws locking, oh, that's all a myth. That's all a myth. You can't make this up. They even highlighted it. No dog has the physical mechanisms to lock their jaws. You airhead. We know that. There's not a single person on this earth who has said that they lock their jaws who truly meant and believed that a dog's jaws can actually lock. For you to even put this out here, for you to even say this, shows you are out of your mind. You're plumb nuts. You're just not that bright. And you're deceptive, untrustworthy. Like I've said, what have I always said? They may as well lock. If it's virtually impossible to open them, they may as well be locked. What are you talking about? Talk about not having an argument. Wow. Crazy stuff. Shout out to everybody able to join me. How often does this have to happen? How many reports do we have to do? And I made a point to focus on these stories every time it happens, where my channel will be like a database to disprove all of their rhetoric about dogs being provoked, about the always showing warning signs and all this other nonsense. Just reporting on these stories debunks that rhetoric. Shout out to everybody able to join me for this brief live stream. Take care of yourselves out there, people. Stay safe. And I hope to see you all back here on the next live stream as we continue with this crusade.